So I'm calling this video, Don't Give Up. Don't give up. Don't give up. I was watching a video of another YouTuber. She knows who she is. And I heard a bit of capitulation. And it just reminded me of another conversation that I had with someone recently. Now, as you all know, I did some videos just recently about my own depression. And that was specific to past experiences. And what I didn't discuss is how that affects me on a daily basis. And I don't need to go into great detail about that because it's really quite simple. It affects every aspect of my life. If you break your leg as a child, chances are real good when you grow older, you're going to have arthritis where that break was. If you had a type of influenza as a child, German measles, there are just so many different things where later in life there are negative effects as a result of those experiences. Emotional scars, sexual abuse, these things leave scar tissue behind, leave damage that we live with throughout our lives. Now, what does this have to do with the subject matter that I'm speaking of? Well, when I hear someone speaking with a defeated tone, now that doesn't necessarily mean that they're giving up. It doesn't necessarily mean that they are in a negative state of mind. But I think that sometimes it's easy to forget the positive in our lives. And I, just like so many of you, have to figure that out myself on a pretty regular basis. And I have to take time and remember what's positive within my own life. What things do I have to be happy about? And it's not so hard. I could make jokes about, if there are any good things, then they're hidden from me or I don't know about them. But that's not true. The fact I'm able to walk, to carry this camera, to speak to you all in a clear voice is something I'm grateful for. There are people who cannot speak. There are people who cannot walk. There are people who cannot form a thought. I was recently reminded of this by a friend's family member who has who's in the end stages of Alzheimer's, and it's a very sad kind of scenario. This person was someone who once had a great brain, and sadly, that brain is gone, or whatever it once had has moved on. These cones here, I place these here. I'm doing some fencing work, and there is a pipeline that runs through here. You probably saw the yellow sign down there. This is all my land, all the way as far as you can see. And out beyond that yellow sign there. And I've got it cross-fenced in a couple places. Anyway, these cones and things I had to have the pipeline people out here because I'm going to be putting some gates up here. And since they have easement through this part of the back of my property, I have to have them come out and mark it. Anyway, enough of that. So I feel very fortunate. And it took me a long time. It did. So I'm not suggesting you just make up your mind and you do this. I did have to make up my mind, but it took me many years. I'm in my upper 50s. And it has taken me this long to learn to find those things in my life that are important to me and that I should be grateful for. And I'm not talking about being grateful to a deity. I'm not talking about being grateful to your family members. I'm not talking about being grateful to your friends. I'm talking about just having a sense of gratitude. And that is something that has been very hard for me. It has. And I'm not saying that it's going to be easy for you. It is difficult to show gratitude. And what do I mean by that? Show gratitude to who and for what? Well, I'm grateful to me. I'm grateful to me that I have survived. That I've survived things that I didn't think I would survive. When I was a little boy, I truly didn't believe that I would live to see 10 years old. My father told me as much many times. I'll kill you before you're 10 years old. I've heard that from my father. I heard him tell me that I would never live to see 18. And I did. He told me, well, he didn't know me beyond that, but in letters, he made threats to me. And you know what's funny? I outlived him this year. That means something to me, that I lived longer than he did. I won't go into the details or the ramifications of that, but I can tell you that I only semi-held my breath for that birthday. But I'm grateful. I am so very grateful to be here, to be able to do what I'm doing right now. And I'm grateful to me because I did it. I made it. Now, is this a great success to many people? Probably not. I imagine that there are a lot of people who would look at my life and think of it as just a mediocre life of banality. And perhaps it is. You know, even by my own standards, and when I think back to my youth, when I say youth, I don't mean my childhood, but when I was a young man, I was all about going out and partying and having a good time and about instant gratification wherever I could find it, because I didn't believe I would live long. So you had to live it up and you had to enjoy every moment, right? And if I had seen this life that I'm living right now then, I would have probably ended my life. Because this is what I would have thought of as the ultimate boredom. You know, living this life, living out in the country, making soap for a living. Well, that's not what I do for a living. I have another job. But you know, just doing this and putting videos on YouTube. What a crazy thing is that, right? This is a world I couldn't have imagined for myself and wouldn't have. But am I grateful for this life? Absolutely. I own my own land. By the way, all this trash, you may see trash here on my land. Like, let me zoom in there. Like that can. These are all over here. And, well, I won't get into all that right now, but they're not mine. Back here is the back of my property. And there's a ranch back here. And the ranch hands throw things over the fence. There are all sorts of things. I have found horrendous things. They throw trash back here. They've thrown that trash you see. I don't use this part of my land. It's completely just wild. That's why you see all these dead trees and things on the ground. And this has just been allowed to just be natural. And when things die, they die and they stay in place. And I don't move them out of here. And I just let it rot. Anyway, so I don't monitor this closely, but when I do come back here, it really upsets me when I find trash here. I'm not thankful for that. Okay, back to what I was talking about. My point was, or is, that I have to find the things that matter to me. And it's not about money. It isn't. It's not about success, because I don't have any of that. I have some land, and I have my very modest home, and I have my animals, And I have, for now, a job. Now that job's in jeopardy. I was told just not too long ago that my job my company may be changing things to a degree where I may be out of a job in a few months. And it wouldn't be the first time that's happened, and it won't be the last. See that bucket there? And there are cans on the ground, a bottle. This all comes from this ranch back here. Those rocks there, although I do have a lot of rocks on my property, those aren't from mine. They haven't always been here. They throw them over. When they work on their road back there, they throw the rocks over. There are a lot of problems I have with these people, and I won't bore you with it. But I'm grateful. Yes, do I have depressed days where I'm down and it seems like the world hates me and the world is against me? Of course. Yes, absolutely. And I can also say that as I get older, I find it easier to get out of that. Now, I filmed a couple of those episodes that I did. I called them confession videos about my childhood and those sort of things. And I filmed those right in the midst of a deep depression. Because I don't know how long I'll live. I may be here, for 20 years. I may be gone next year. I don't know. And I guess I just wanted to leave something behind that someone else might gather some kind of benefit from. And I don't know that you will, or that they will. But I made the effort, and that's why I put those videos up, for no other reason. It's not like I need pity or that I need approval from anyone. I don't. Now, as I've told you folks in other videos, why did I start a YouTube channel? Because of loneliness. Yes, that's true. But I've also learned how to enjoy being by myself sometimes. And I don't mind. I really don't. I don't mind being alone most of the time. I don't mind just being by myself. And that took a long time because I haven't always liked myself very much. And there are many reasons for that. A lot of it is caused by, other people, adults. When you're a child, you need support, you need guidance, you need kind words. I didn't have much of that. And so some of those skills that people should learn about acceptance, self-acceptance, and love, and all those things, I had to teach myself later in life. And I'm not the best teacher. And I've got way off topic here. Please understand, I know that. And I allow myself just to ramble. I do. Because I could stop at any point and go, okay, never mind, and edit this out. But sometimes I think it's good just to let it out. And be thankful for what you have, not what you don't have. Or don't bemoan the things that are missing in your life. And I understand there are a lot of things missing from her. Now, obviously, I'm not talking about health. If you're terminally ill or you have chronic pain, that is going to be the most important thing to you. And believe me, I understand that. I've lived with folks that experience those things, and I fully get it. Okay, that's not something that I would wish on anyone. But what I'm talking about are just the day-to-day dramas that we all experience, bills and grumpy spouses or parents that are annoying or neighbors that you would rather not have, all those sort of things. These are just the normal things that we all go through, absolutely. But don't give up and don't think that the world is out to get you or the world is against you. And sometimes it may be. What is the expression about sometimes conspiracies are true? Maybe, sometimes people really are out to get you. But understand that you're not alone. Even in our little YouTube community, and my little community here on YouTube is rather small, and that's just fine with me. I don't know how I could deal with thousands of people. I have trouble keeping up, obviously, with, just the folks that are on my channel. I try to answer everyone. I know it takes a day or two sometimes. That's working a full-time job, and running a farm and all the other things that go along with that. But reach out to the people around you. And I'm not talking out for loans. I'm not talking about reaching out for, not reaching out necessarily for romance or any of those things. But just reach out. Talk to people. It's okay. Start little conversations. You can exchange emails with other people. Ask for assistance. Ask for tips if you need help understanding something or how to do something, whether it be soaping or whether it be business or whether it be gardening or whatever it is. Reach out. Talk to others about it. You would be surprised at just how much knowledge there is amongst your fellow YouTubers here. So take advantage of that. Talk to people. It just amazes me just the diversity of people that there are here. Don't worry about who someone voted for. Don't worry about what church they go to or what gods they believe in or what color their skin is or what their weight is or how much hair they have on their head or how old or young they are. Whether they're a millennial or a biennial or anything else. People are people. We're human beings with shared experiences, emotions. We love each other. We hate each other sometimes. We fear each other. But we all have something to gain from connecting. And I'm telling myself this as much as I'm telling anyone. These are lessons I have to learn sometimes too. So, more than anything, I just want to say don't give up. Do not give up. Don't give up on, and I'm not talking about giving up on life. Obviously, I don't want you to give up on life. But what I'm referring to is don't give up on yourself. We can't all be president, right? We can't all be the greatest basketball player. We can't all be the greatest swimmer. We can't all, but we can all strive. There is nothing to prevent us from striving for something better. And it takes work, and it takes determination, and it takes a little bit of luck. And sometimes it just takes a little friend. Hi, Barry. Hi, Barry. How's it going, buddy? You want to say hi? Barry, can you say hello? Why don't you roll over and show everyone what a nice tummy you have? Show them your tummy. You roll over and show them, what a nice tummy you have. Oh, what a good boy. What a good boy. He's a good Barry dog. Yes, he is. Do the grass rocket. Barry, do the grass rocket. Oh, he's acting weird right now, so I'll let him be. Find your joy, and your joy may be as small as that, right? Petting your pet, loving your doggies, your kitties, your children, your hobbies, your hot baths, your whatever it is, your bath salts. And that's not a plug for Soapy Oak Farms bath salts. Yeah, it is, but not really. But listen, there are so many things to be thankful for on a daily basis, and just try. And it's so easy for us to be jaded. Me too, to be jaded and not be grateful for the beauty that's around us. And whether that's walking down to the pond, and the ducks aren't here right now. I was hoping the ducks would be here so you could see them, but they're not here. They're off doing something else. Sometimes I'll just come down here and watch the dragonflies. Let me see. Dragonfly. Or the little plants. Some of these plants are quite medicinal. That's for another video. But anyway, I want to thank you all for the gift you've given me. You have given me a tremendous gift, an outlet. I have a place to either talk about soap, and I realize sometimes in my videos I just talk about the product and what I'm doing, and I don't go into detail about me. You know, I don't talk about myself much. And I think sometimes that's beneficial, because I don't think people always want to hear about me and my life. I mean, I don't even want to hear it. And it's me. But I don't know. I just, when I hear people sad, it makes me a little sad, and so I want to reach out and I want to help. But being here from a distance, there's not much we can do to help others. You know, we can't reach out and hug them, so we have to give virtual hugs. And sometimes a virtual hug is telling the truth, and the truth isn't always what we want to hear. I know that. And I never want to hurt anyone's feelings. I don't ever want to call someone out and make them feel bad. I want to help. And like I said, help sometimes is telling someone the truth. Well, the persimmons are getting bigger. These will turn just a lovely color in the fall and in the winter specifically. They're not even good until after the first freeze. And then they are just the tender, most sweet. These are persimmons, in case you don't know. See, little persimmons. And I've got several trees of them around here. And they're good for making jellies. And they actually have some great health benefits, too. So, but we'll talk more about that in time. I was thinking about making some jellies and things. But listen. I know you've seen my videos, and so you may think I'm a loon anyway, but know that I'm here, that you can reach out to me, and if you need anything that I can help you with, I'll do my best. I don't have a lot, but I've certainly got a shoulder. So thank you all so very much. You mean the world to me, and you mean the world to everyone else. But most of all, you should mean the world to yourself. Thanks again, and don't give up. Goodbye.